rivalry game for you. The Aggies of Utah State have come down the freeway on the road to take on 24th ranked Utah. Kyle Whittingham and his Utes an impressive win against Michigan in their season opener, trying to improve to 2-0, but they've got to do it against a rival, Utah State, which was not as impressive in their opener, but they've got a head coach who seems like one of the bright rising stars in the business in Matt Wells.
Yeah, I think Matt Wells is one of the best coaches around. He was a quarterback at Utah State, an offensive coordinator at Utah State. He gets it. He believes in this place. They weren't pleased with their production last week offensively. It'll be really interesting to watch them against a great Utah defense tonight.
So here we go. Jake Thompson kicks one deep and through the end zone, and Utah will have the ball first, led by their senior, very experienced quarterback, Travis Wilson. From the 25-yard line, Utes have the ball first against what is a tough Aggies defense, and a quick completion left side for a gain of about 7 yards to Tyrone Smith. And we'll take a look at our impact players coach when Utah has the ball.
Well, Devontae Booker, one of the best running backs in the country. Utah State has to stop him tonight. And to do that, Kyler Fackrell has to be a factor. 6'5" defensive end. He's going to rush the passer, but he's also got to make some stops in the running game.
They will give Booker his first touch. He gets hit immediately and drops short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Utah on the first possession of this game. Wilson almost in a pistol-like formation with Booker behind him. And he will hand it off to Devontae Booker, who powers his way for a first down. Gets the ball again. Going to be tough running. Utah State's front 7 is a tough group. 3 receivers to the right, and Wilson will play fake and pressured immediately. Gets it off. The short completion and tough running by Britton Covey, who is a true freshman. Now Wilson on 3rd and 2.
What they did there, Dave, is they started a play, faked the snap count to get Utah State to show their hand on defense and then change the play.
Option play, and Wilson will lunge forward for the first down. The ankle tackle by Nick Vigil, but plenty enough. When you're 6'7", if you fall forward, you get some yards. In Utah State territory on this game-opening drive, another play-action play. Wilson over the middle, caught by Covey again. Inside the 25, that's another gain for a Utah first down. Devin Centers with the tackle, but 14 more yards.
Go Utah!
Good play action off of the back.
Wilson passing again toward the end zone, and incomplete. And that's a flag coming in late, and that could be an illegal hit toward the helmet. It was Covey, the intended target. Marwin Evans.
Personal foul, targeting, defense, number 24. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down. Play is under review.
So as you said, they are going to review this one, which is an automatic.
The key thing, too, Marvin Evans is a really good football player. He's a tough guy. He's a senior on that defense. That there's a safety that they need to be in there. So the biggest impact of this play is if he is ejected because of targeting.
After reviewing the play, the ruling of targeting is confirmed. Number 24 is disqualified by rule.
First down, not quite first and goal. They will give it to Booker. No, a fake, and Wilson keeps it. Picking his way forward, left side, touchdown. And Utah scores first.
I thought the offensive staff did an outstanding job of play fake to Devontae Booker the entire first drive. They did it on play action pass. On that time, they faked the speed sweep to the right. He comes back out to the left, and really the good flow of the defense was all out of the way, so he could run in for an easy score.
A low hooking kick right into one of those up men on the special teams. That will give Utah State good field position to start their first drive of the game. Chucky Keaton will hand it off on first down for the Aggies, and a nice gain on the ground by Devontae Mays, the tailback. Tight end Houston in motion. Keaton's going to swing one out left side. A nice slip of the tackle by Zach Van Leeuwen gets right to the first down mark. So quickly to the line on 3rd and short, and bouncing it to the outside. Hunt will have the first down, the sophomore.
Unbalanced line this time.
Yeah, you're right. And not as quick in terms of the tempo. Hunt, nice hole up the middle for a gain into Utah territory down to the 44-yard line. Keaton back to pass. Trying to buy some time. Keaton will throw across the field and way overthrows his target. It's intercepted. Intercepted by Marcus Williams. So the Aggies turn it over. Utah will get the ball when we come back to Salt Lake City. 7-0 Utah. So now from the 19-yard line, Utah has the ball for a second time. They will hand it off to Devontae Booker. Cuts it back right and out into the open. There goes Booker to the 35 and to the 40. A big gain on first down out to the 41. That's 22 yards for Booker. 1st and 10 on the move again. Booker gets it. Booker breaks a tackle. Down to the 40, an upset. He thought he had room for more. Jalen Davis hung on for dear life and made the tackle. So there's Phillips getting ready just in case. It's 3rd and 1. They keep it with Wilson. And Wilson makes a man miss. He's got the first down. It's not Wilson. It is Chase Hansen who came in for that 3rd down play, the 3rd-string quarterback. And apparently it's a holding call. They're moving him back 10 yards. It'll be 3rd down at 10, but we never got a call from the official. And
that was a key penalty. I didn't even see the flag go down. So, but 3rd down and 11 is a whole lot different than 3rd and 1.
So instead of a first down, it's 3rd and 11. That's a big difference. Now Wilson back in the game at quarterback, gets drilled as he delivers the pass. It's incomplete. Man, he took a big hit intended for Kenneth Scott.
Now here's Tom Hackett. It's one of the best in the country at dropping the ball inside the 20.
He loves to hold on to the ball. He spins that one high and not quite probably where he wants it. Fair catch right around the 15-yard line. Utah State with the ball, 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory, and a nice first down run from a tough kid, Devontae Mays, who's new to this program, made his Utah State debut last week against Southern Utah, had 4 rushes for 51 yards. It's Mays behind, and they give it to Devontae Mays, who cannot get away. Nice play by the middle linebacker, one of the captains for Utah, Jared Norris. 3rd and 15, tough spot for the Aggies with the loud crowd.
Probably see a draw, screen, something simple here, move the quarterback so they won't turn the ball over.
Keaton throws, incomplete, and a flag comes in. Keaton is hurt. My goodness, and that is not what anybody wants to see. He took a hit, and he's trying to get up, and I think he must feel like it's not a serious injury. Anytime he goes down, you just wince because of the history.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 19, low hit on the quarterback, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So the low hit roughing the passer, Sunia Tautioli, committed the personal foul.
It's a blitz. They've come after him. You cannot hit him low.
1st and 10. He stays in the game, and he's going deep down the right sideline. The pass is caught. Whoa, what a catch by Devontae Robinson. Over the shoulder on the sideline. Utah State wanted to get a playoff, but I think the officials...
Is a completed pass. The play is under review.
That's a good job by the replay officials to take a look. They want to see. I think he got it.
Looks like the right foot is down, Dave, and that would be a catch in college football.
And did the ball stay under his control all the way through? Looks like it did.
I think it looks like a catch. What a great catch.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It's first down.
Keaton from the shotgun on 1st and 10. They will hand the ball off, right side running with a big hole. Mays, instead of cutting it straight upfield, he tried to bounce it to the outside. I don't know if that cost him any yardage there. It's still a nice gain of 7. A 3rd down and 2. And now he leaves the backfield. Keaton looking to run. He pitches it forward. What a play. And that will be a first down. Well, as the final seconds tick off the clock, Utah State's trying to figure out, are they going to get a penalty called against him? And I think there is a difference. And Matt Wells, let's see what he's doing here. He was trying to get confirmation that he wasn't going to be penalized for delay of game. and he was not penalized. Chucky Keaton is not 100%. He took a hit, but he and Utah State on the move at the end of one. Utah with the 7-0 lead. What a scene here in Salt Lake City as we get ready for the start of the second quarter. The Utes off to a quick start. They scored right away in this game, but since then, Utah State has settled in. Dave Fleming, Mac Brown, Allison Williams with you. And it's first down and 10 for the Aggies. Keaton hands it off to Hunt, who gets hit. But this drive started all the way back at the 15. Now they're inside Utah's 10.
Well, try to score, but keep the right to kick. No turnovers here. Looks like Utah's going to blitz. Changing the play.
Keaton with some pressure coming will lob it toward the end zone. Wide open touchdown. Lawan Hunt, and there is the first offensive touchdown for the Aggies this year. And Chucky Keaton can hardly even make it to the end zone to celebrate. He's still limping, but that was a heck of a play.
Yeah, he doesn't realize he's limping. Coach Whittingham's not very happy. Obviously, they brought the blitz, and someone got confused. It was a hot route. Good call by number 20 on the defense. Marcus Williams got lost. He didn't see Hunt coming out at him, and all of a sudden a hot route that ends up being a score. Great call by Josh Heupel.
The kickoff is deep in the end zone, and Utah's going to return it. It'll be Booby Hobbs taking it out, and I'm not sure that was a great decision. He is tackled short of the 20-yard line. First and 10 from the 8, and they'll give it to their security blanket on offense, Devontae Booker, who squeezes through for maybe a couple yards. So now it's 3rd and 9 with this poor field position. Let's see how aggressive Utah's offense is. The play fake with pressure coming. Wilson gets away and now heaves it downfield. Incomplete. And here comes a flag. Jalen Davis with the coverage. Kenneth Scott was the target.
Pass interference, defense, number 13, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that is a huge penalty against Davis.
Well, and Jalen Davis is a mature player. He's got a lot of savvy, and you can't do that. That's a key mistake because it's going to be an incomplete pass. He's the top receiver, captain Kenneth Scott. He has the good route, but it gets out of rhythm because the quarterback has to sprint to his left. There's no chance for the completion. Poor penalty as you look at Jalen Davis.
So a good tackle by the Aggies for a very short gain. 3rd and 5 for Utah. Wilson hands it off. Booker doesn't have anywhere to go. So that was an interesting play call, and Utah State read it nicely.
Big play. Now the Ray Guy winner, Tom Hackett, has got to do a great job of changing field position.
Right, booms one low, a line drive kick back to about the 15. There will be a return here, and not a bad return out to the 30-yard line from Jalen Davis, who committed that penalty, but the Aggies got away with it. Keaton's going to run it, and he's scrambles ahead, dives forward to get a gain of 5 on first down. Well, 3rd down's been a big improvement for the Aggies. 1 of 15 last week, 3 of 4 so far tonight. This is 3rd and 5. Utah showing some pressure. They rush 4 and get through right away. Keaton throws it behind his intended target. That's incomplete. Aaron Dalton, the redshirt freshman punter who got a lot of practice in week 1. He punted 13 times in his first college game. He's going to punt the ball here. And a high punt with no fair catch signal and an immediate hit. That was dangerous. Utah getting the ball back with better field position this time, starting at their own 27, but a bad snap, and Wilson just will fall on the ball and take a big loss. He goes backwards 8 or 9 yards on first down. With under 10 minutes to go until halftime of a tie game. Wilson with all kinds of time throws, is complete. Tyrone Smith with the catch. 3rd and 7 for the Utes. Wilson looking to throw, and he has the pass complete. Nice delivery out to Kenneth Scott. First down, Utah. 7-7 here. Not been perfect on either side, but the Utes are moving the ball again right near midfield. 1st and 10. Wilson, play fake. And he'll be hit as he throws. The pass is caught. Nice catch by the tight end. Fakai Loatonga, who has committed 2 holding penalties in this game. That was a good catch.
Looked like Travis had good protection. Then he had to step up inside. Very low throw. This is one that they're going to take to replay. That was going to be tough. His hands have to be under the ball. And it looks like the ball comes free there. You can see separation between his hand and the ball.
After reviewing the play, the ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line. The ball's placed at the hash furthest from the press box.
Wilson's going to throw in that direction. The pass is caught by the tight end again. Fakai Loatonga. Wilson sprinting right on an option style play. He'll keep it and get the first down. And no, Travis Wilson to the 20, to the 15, tackled inside the 10. Jalen Davis saved the touchdown, but what a play by the quarterback.
Very good play. They caught them on the blitz. Travis is kind of a sneaky runner. You don't think he's got great speed, but at 6'7", he just makes yards. And with those big steps, it doesn't take him long to get down there. 38-yard run on 3rd down and 5. It was blocked perfectly. They miss a couple of tackles. Then Jalen Davis has to take him down to save the touchdown. Big play for Utah, especially with 7:13 left to go in the half.
Utah looking to go back ahead, and they will fake the handoff. Wilson keeps it to the 5 and diving forward inside the 4. And Travis Wilson's a little beat up after these last couple of plays, and this time he is down, and his teammates signaling to the sideline to get somebody in to look at Wilson.
Timeout on the field. Injury timeout.
Well, that is not good news for the Utes, and right away you could see one of his teammates
Timeout on the field for media.
Make a strong signal, so we'll figure out what happened to Wilson when we come back. Timeout on the field. 7-7 the score. Seven to 7 the score. The starter, the senior quarterback Travis Wilson, is on the sideline and not feeling great. And it was the long run where we think he got hurt. Watch the end of this play. Lands right on his left shoulder. And he came up sort of wincing from that hit. The next play he did run, and we didn't see a big hit here, but as soon as he fell to the ground, he grabs at that shoulder area. So he comes out. The backup Kendall Thompson is in on 2nd and goal, and he hands the ball off to Booker, who gets to the corner, cuts upfield into the end zone, touchdown. What a great individual effort from Devontae Booker. That play was not working the way Utah wanted it to, and Booker took it into the end zone anyway.
Their defense played tough tonight, but you know, when I start to run hard, they start to lighten up on the defense. So you know, I just credit my success to stay running hard all night.
Kendall Thompson's a senior. It's not like you're putting a guy that's never played in a football game. So if Travis can't come back, Kendall Thompson's played enough that he should be able to continue and move forward with the offense.
They played at Oklahoma, and then after the transfer, he started 2 games last year. And that one is out of bounds. So that's a mistake on the kickoff. It did not quite make it to the end zone.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball's placed at the 35-yard line. 1st down, Utah State.
Well, for Andy Phillips, who is considered maybe the best placed kicker in the country, it hasn't been a perfect start to his year. He missed 2 field goals last week against Michigan. Utah got away with that. Now penalty on the kickoff.
Well, and that's the 2nd penalty. They had the holding penalty that backed them up earlier on the kickoff return, and it's just unexcusable for a kicker to kick the ball out of bounds, because now you bring it out to the 35-yard line and you give Utah State great field position with 6:46 left to go in the half. Now Utah State needs to take it down and score, and they deferred to start the game, so they get the ball to start the second half. 75
degrees, beautiful night in Salt Lake City, the 112th meeting between these 2 in-state rivals. Dave Fleming, Mac Brown, Allison Williams. Chucky Keaton in the offense for the Aggies, back on the field. Play clock down to 4. Swing pass out to the left, and nothing there. Hunt is dropped immediately. Keaton in the shotgun. 4-man rush. And he'll scramble, looking downfield. He's going to run, and Keaton will have just enough speed, even with that knee hurting him, to get the first down. Out to the 45, Utah State, with the clock moving, under 5.5 to go until halftime. Keaton throws again. Nice delivery right there. The receiver, Zach Van Leeuwen.
This could very well be 4-down territory as long as you don't lose yards on this play.
Quickly to the line and under center. The handoff. Hunt will not get there. Gianni Paul with the huge tackle. And that lost about a half a yard. So now Utah State may have to think about it. Well, 4th and 1, and they are punting the ball away. So, man, that was just a huge play. Again, no fair catch signal. And the return out to about the 15-yard line after the defense holds. It was 2nd and short right around midfield. And they forced the punt, and it is still the backup quarterback, Kendall Thompson, in the game, handing it off to Devontae Booker. A short gain on 1st down. 2nd and 7 for the Utes, and a play fake. Thompson, the lefty, pressured, and he can run. Thompson scrambles ahead for a 1st down. That is a big part of his game. Thompson on 1st down. Utah some fairly quick tempo. That pass, not a great delivery to the tight end, Fakai Loatonga. Thompson sprinting left. The throw is almost intercepted. A great break on the ball by Jalen Davis. So now they'll lean on their punter, Tom Hackett. Aggies have 2 returners. Hackett booms one end over end. Right about the 20. It'll be taken by Davis, who just made that play on defense. Not a lot of room to return. Tight end Houston in motion. They'll swing it out to the right side. The pass is dropped. Devontae Robinson, who has come back in the game. And you can see he's still trying to loosen up his left shoulder. A minute 45 to go until halftime. Utah State with the ball down 7. A low snap, flag thrown, that quick completion and a missed tackle. Nice move by the freshman Tyler Fox. We'll see who the penalty is against.
Offside, defense, number 51, lined up in the neutral zone. His penalty is declined. Result of the play is a 1st down.
So Jason Fanaika lined up in the neutral zone. He'll decline that penalty, and it is a 1st down, and they're right at that spot where you just said a moment ago, okay, if you get your offense to the 35, you feel like you can be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, 139 with 2 timeouts is eternity in college football.
With the running back Hunt alongside him. Keaton all kinds of time, throws short middle, pass is caught by that tight end out right near the 1st down mark, but they spot him short, Wyatt Houston, so that means the clock moves. Aggies will get the play call and get to the line fairly quickly. On 2nd and short, nice hole for Hunt, who makes a tackler miss, gets into Utah territory. But they would like to get as far downfield as they possibly could if it's going to be a kick. Keaton steps up, and now Chucky's going to run. He's got the 1st down and more. Goes into a slide inside the 35. The Utah State on the move, under a minute to go. Again in that hurry-up mode. That was 14 yards from Chucky Keaton. Back to pass. He throws. Pass caught middle. Down to the 25, and they will spot it short. A 2nd and a yard. It's Hunt in the game with Keaton in the backfield, and a bad snap. And Keaton's going to pick up the ball and heave it downfield. It is out of bounds. Caught for what would have been an interception, but clearly out of bounds. And Chucky, that's a hero play from Chucky Keaton to avoid what would have been a crippling loss.
Yes, that's a senior play. It was a tough snap. It was up high. Chucky still probably could have caught the ball, but being very aware it was a pass play. Your linemen aren't downfield. Throw it in the direction of a receiver and get it out of bounds.
Well, now it's 3rd and 1, so Utah State does have to first and foremost make sure they get a 1st down if they want to keep this drive going.
He also avoided a sack, and the clock stopped running.
Tight end Houston in motion. And they will hand the ball off. No, it's an option play. Keaton's going to keep it. 1st down and more, and he gets out of bounds inside the 15. That was executed well by the Aggies. 11 yards, 31 seconds remaining on the clock with still that 1 timeout left. And they have the ball at the Utah 15.
Excellent play. Option to the right outside. He had a read that he could either hand it off for the 1st down, which would stop the clock, or run it up the field. But now he steps out of bounds, and they've got plenty of time to get their play call in.
Well, I think the sign of a well-coached team, these drives, late clock situations, well organized, executed nicely so far. First down. Keaton looking for the end zone. And it is caught. Is he inbounds? Yes! Touchdown to Utah State. That will be a touchback for Utah. So ball at the 25. Without their starting quarterback, you wonder whether Kyle Whittingham will just take a knee and go regroup in the locker room. Well, they are in shotgun. They're going to hand the ball off to Devontae Booker. And Utah State read that well. So a gain of a yard or two. And Utah is not going to use a timeout. So they're going to let the clock roll. Kyle Whittingham takes off the headset and is shaking his head. Utah looked so good at the start of the half, but the Aggies of Utah State, who will get the ball at the start of the second half, they took the momentum of this game on the road. Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime here in Salt Lake City. So Utah State not only tied the game, but now they get the ball to start the third quarter. So we'll have to see whether Wilson's going to play here. Keaton faked the fly sweep and surges straight ahead to about the 29-yard line.
This Utah fan base that I've heard about how loud they are, they're going to stand up and be strong.
Quick snap and very close. It's going to depend on the spot, but I don't think he got there. Lawan Hunt trying to jump over the pile. He did not. That's fourth down. So that's the second time on third and short. The Aggies have been stopped. Aaron Dalton is the punter. Britton Covey is back to receive. It's kind of a low punt, and he runs up and takes it, trying to get away from the special teams coverage unit and could not do it. Keeps it after the play fake, and he's got some mobility. Kendall Thompson finally goes down across the 35 around the 37, 38-yard line. Nice gain on first down. 3rd and 4 for Utah. Thompson in the pocket will throw middle, caught for a first down. Nice delivery. And he has adjusted immediately to the college game. Booker gets the carry. Booker cuts middle. There wasn't a whole lot of room there, and still Devontae Booker got 4 yards, tackled by Jordan Nielsen. Thompson in a pistol-style formation with Booker right behind him, very close. Thompson, play fake. Looking to pass. On the move, Thompson. It'll be close. He stretched that ball ahead, and now we'll see where they spot him. It's 4th and 1. Thompson, the quarterback. And they are going to run a play. Booker straight ahead. Powerful running, and I think he got there. He ends up getting shoved backwards, but that should be a first down. And it is a first down. So 1st and 10 Utah. That is a big conversion. And they'll give it to Booker once again. Booker dragged down inside the 45 to about the 43. 2nd and 9 for the Utes. Booker and Poole both in the backfield. It's Poole who goes in motion, and it'll be Booker with the catch out of the backfield. Booker on the move inside the 35, and he gets the first down. Devontae Booker, who is not just a runner, an excellent pass catcher out of the backfield. This will be the 10th play of the drive. Booker out of the backfield. They'll swing it out to him. Left side. Nice cut. Gets to the 30 or close to it for a 3-yard gain. Now well into their field goal range with their All-American kicker Andy Phillips. Thompson keeps it and throws it. Covey inside the 20, still on his feet, the true freshman. 5'8", 160 pounds, but tough to tackle.
Great execution by Kendall Thompson. You've actually got 3 reads. It's a zone read to Booker. He comes up and sees the safety come out of the secondary, and he throws it out to Covey for the first down. Very good play by Kendall Thompson. You can see him gaining confidence now from the coaches and with his team as he continues this drive.
Now you can run forward and throw the ball as long as you stay behind the line of scrimmage, which he did.
Impossible play to defense.
Yeah,
defensive coaches hate it.
Now Booker will go wide right. Empty backfield for Thompson. In the pocket, looking to throw toward the end zone. Flag thrown, incomplete. But I think that one's going against the defense. Intended for Kenneth Scott.
Pass interference. Defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty, places the ball at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
So now the part of the field where you do expect the big guy. Devontae Booker is behind Thompson on 1st and goal. Booker, no, it's Thompson, the keeper. End zone touchdown.
It's a little different now. You know, you've got a year under your belt. You know, more experience with the offense, and you know, running the same system has really been beneficial for us. So, you know, there was no, you know, I guess feeling about it. You know, I was just ready to step in when my number was called.
Well, an experienced backup quarterback with Travis Wilson hurt, and it's paying off for Utah.
Well, and you can see the difference in the second half play calling for Kendall Thompson. The coaches had a chance to go in. They sat down with him. Now Kendall's got confidence. The offense has got confidence. Once again, he's up inside. It's the zone read. They bring the backside guy around to take contain out of it, and he steps in untouched for the touchdown.
We've got a good one tonight. 6:35 to go, 3rd quarter. Play fake on 1st down. Keaton pass deflected. Kylie Fitz got a hand on it. Utah does not have a single sack this year. Second half of week 2. 3rd and 7, still time on the play clock. Keaton with time, throws, and incomplete. Intended for Andrew Rodriguez. It's 4th down, and now look at Chucky. He is not moving well. It's been a problem in this game. Yeah, that was not a great throw, and you can see why. Another punt for Aaron Dalton. Covey just does not want to signal a fair catch, and at some point he's going to have to learn how to fair catch the ball. Handoff on 1st down for Utah, and a gain across the 25 for Devontae Booker. Utah with the ball and a 7-point lead. Kendall Thompson, the backup quarterback, in. The starter Travis Wilson hurt, and he will not play for the remainder of this game. And they're going to feed the ball to number 23 Booker. Close, but not to the 1st down, short by a couple yards. Chance for a stop here on 3rd and 2. Poole will empty the backfield, and they will give the ball to Booker, who makes a cut, pushes forward, and he got it. 1st down, Utah. 1st and 10. Booker got the ball 3 straight times to get that 1st down. Got 22 carries now in the game, with more to come, including one here, but that was played beautifully. David Moala, the senior defensive tackle, cut right through into the backfield and dropped Booker for a loss.
David played at Arizona State, but he was quicker than the offensive line getting off the ball. It looked like they had kind of a missed snap, and he just beat him off the jump. He beats the right guard to the gap. Big play.
So now 2nd and 14, and with the backup quarterback in, Kendall Thompson, not the ideal scenario for a guy who is not quite the same kind of thrower as Travis Wilson. Thompson in the pocket, will swing it out and almost intercepted. The pass caught by Marcus Sanders Williams. That was dangerous. Utah got away with it. I think Ricky Alifua got a hand on that ball. Just couldn't squeeze it. Now a penalty flag thrown, and that was some confusion for Utah.
Ball start. Offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's the left tackle Sam Tevi, so that makes it 3rd and even longer with 2:39 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here's the screen. Just a little swing pass out to the true freshman Covey, who makes one tackler miss. Couldn't quite get there. Got the lost yardage back to the original line of scrimmage, but stopped well short of the 1st down. And Tom Hackett with another punt coming. This one end over end, fair catch signal, and made at about the 23-yard line by Jalen Davis. He's going to hand the ball off. Hunt, big hole, and he gets a nice gain across the 25 out to about the 27-yard line. They will pitch the ball to Robinson. Utah reads it well and trips up Robinson for a loss of a couple yards back to the 25. That's Gianni Paul once again, who made a huge play on 3rd down in the 1st half.
Captain, leader, really good instincts. You see the sweep coming to the left. he steps up and makes the play for -yards.
That will officially go as a pass completion because he pitched it forward. But now it's 3rd and long. 3rd and 8 for Keaton and company. And a flag thrown.
False start. Offense, number 83. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Now you're in a tough spot. You're 3rd down and long. You're not moving the ball. You don't have momentum. Tough play call here for Josh Heupel. Are you conservative because you need to stay on the field and get the Utah defense off the field, or do you try to take a chance and not turn the ball over?
Well, one thing, they don't have to run a play here. They will, though. Final play of the 3rd quarter. Keaton going to take a shot down the field. He comes up short.
You know, we kind of struggled with it at first, but you know, second half, not allowing any points, I think we finished pretty well.
Chucky Keaton having a hard time now. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Aggies are going to punt the ball away when we come back to Salt Lake City, Utah. The start of the 4th quarter, and the Aggies are going to have to punt the ball away. 4th and long, and they will punt it to Utah with Covey back to receive the punt. And again, no fair catch signal. Covey wants to return, and he gets away. Covey at the 35 to the 40. The true freshman down the sideline takes another hit, but is driven out of bounds in Aggies territory. What a return.
The whole punt return unit, we were a little shaky, including myself, so it was nice to finally break one and get outside.
That one punt return, he basically did all that on his own, breaking tackles, and he's going to be a weapon for us this year and great addition to our team.
The Aggies offense has stalled in the 2nd half, and the Utes going to try to put more points on the board. Thompson rolling out, throws short, complete to Poole, who breaks a tackle, still in bounds. He gets the 1st down. They play fake it. Thompson got stacked up, and he did not get there. Jordan Nielsen with a nice read and play. And it looks like he will send out Andy Phillips, the place kicker. It looks like a 37-yard attempt for Phillips, who had such a great year last year. Not got off to a great start last week. He sneaks that one inside the right upright. The 37-yarder is good, and it is a 2-score lead now for Utah. 24-14 with 12:47 to go. A shorter kickoff this time, and a return set up for Utah State. Hunt pushed out of bounds around the 20 with a late flag coming in.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 39. 10-yard penalty. It's 1st down, Utah State.
And it is loud. Handoff. And that's that junior running back. He was impressive the first few plays of this game. Devontae Mays, who did some damage at the end of that play. He gets a 1st down and some Utah State breathing room. 1st down, handoff. That's Hunt, the running back, for a yard. Well, Utah State started off well on 3rd downs, 5 of 11 for the game, better than last week. But it's 3rd and 7 here. Pressure coming. Keaton throws. He's got his man caught. 1st down. Playing his 2nd college game. And the pass is dropped. Wide open. Kennedy Williams. Another 3rd down. 3rd and 7. That drop is looming large on this drive. 10th play of the drive. Keaton pressured, sprinting right. He will be hit. The ball's loose on the ground, and who has it? They say Utah football.
It's a fumble. Recovered by the defense. 1st down, Utah.
Got after the quarterback a little bit in the 2nd half. Not in the 1st half, but the 2nd half we did. I think the play of the game was the strip sack by Pita Tamwai-Panu there as they were driving. That was a huge play.
Great pass rush. He just ran around Dax Raymond, the tight end, who's really more of a pass catcher right now. He's been on a mission. He came back. He's still working on his blocking, but this is a huge play in the ball game.
That is the first sack of the year from the Utah defense at a very big time. And off Devontae Booker. Booker in Utah, they would love to move the ball and milk some clock with 8 minutes to go. Thompson will let that play clock roll down even more. They snap the ball at 3. Thompson in the pocket, looking to throw, now looking to run. Thompson will not get there. Great open field tackle. 10th tackle in this game for LT Filiunga. So Tom Hackett, the punter. A shorter punt toward that sideline out of bounds. Well, he's the Ray Guy winner. He hasn't punted like it tonight. Right near midfield, Keaton looking to throw, and he's got another completion to the tight end inside the 35. Another third down for the Yankees, and maybe outside their field goal range. Third and 7. Keaton pressured, steps up, throws, and the pass is caught. Now movement, and I think that's on Utah State. But time is of the essence. You don't have to rush to take you out of what you want to do, but you got to hurry.
Great point, Allison. Very well coached football teams.
Keaton in the shotgun. Keaton setting up a screen play. They complete it. Into the open, what a tackle for Utah. That was Justin Thomas in the open field against Andrew Rodriguez. So a gain of about 5. Clock continues to roll. Second down. Keaton with precious seconds ticking off. Pressured again. Tipped up and intercepted. On the tip ball, Utah comes up with the turnover.
First off, I'm supposed to go with the first crosser. But I read QBIs a lot, so I saw he wasn't looking that way. Saw that we were looking at a second crosser. So I kind of jumped in. He bobbled it, fell right into my hands.
Yeah, that's the nature of Johnny Paul. He's a playmaker. He's a big play guy. He's active. He's tough and very instinctive. And instinctive guys have a knack of making those type of plays, and that's what he is.
Once again, the pressure up front forced Chucky to step up and throw a ball behind the receiver.
Well, barring a mistake, Utah will be able to come close to finishing this game. Now a penalty thrown. That's a false start against the Utes. 3rd and 8 for Utah. Kendall Thompson, who's done a nice job replacing the injured starter Travis Wilson. Booker gets another carry. He will not get the first down. Now Utah State cannot stop the clock. They have no more timeouts, but they will get the ball back.
You've got to get the punt off. You can't have it blocked. You might kick it out of bounds just to make sure there's no return.
Well, there will be a return here. And not a long one. Good special teams play by Utah. Now, the whistle did blow. You can't blame Jalen Davis for thinking, well, why don't I just keep running? Maybe he thought his knee did not touch. Deshaun McClellan with the tackle on special teams. 50-yard punt without a return. Davis.
Ruling on the field. Runner was down at the 27-yard line. First down, Utah State.
Keaton in the pocket, looking for a miracle. It's incomplete. Kendall Thompson's done a nice job tonight, but the passing dimension of their offense is diminished without Wilson in there.
Yeah, and Wilson could do both. He could run and throw. They're going to have to work with Kendall in the passing game.
Keaton drops the ball. Utah State does pounce on it, and Keaton is hurting. And Chucky Keaton, you just feel for one of the toughest guys in college football. Keaton stepping up. How much can he get on the throw with the bad leg? Pretty good amount. Jump ball and caught. Wow, what a play and a great throw. Devontae Robinson. And now Keaton, I mean, it's hard for him even to run up to the line of scrimmage. But the clock will start, and they're going to go for the end zone. Keaton looking that way. Fight for the ball. Robinson out of bounds. Incomplete. 11 seconds left.
And the trouble with kicking the field goal at 33, if you miss it, the game's over.
Yep. And now Keaton on the move, and Chucky Keaton just heaves it up short, caught by Hunt, who does not get out of bounds, and that will end the game. For the final play, a completion, but Utah State, with that effort, they come up short, and a tough performance by Chucky Keaton. who can be proud of the way that he and Utah State played, but they lose 24-14.
Got the win. That is obviously the bottom line. Okay, and obviously all the final analysis really matters. However, we know we got to play a lot better if we're going to accomplish what we want to accomplish this year.